time for Jags Jabs. I am Jefferson Alonzo Greene, and today I've got to talk to you about the tag team formerly known as The Revival. They showed up on AEW Dynamite, and the world, the internet wrestling community, is all excited about them facing off against the Young Bucks. Now, I don't know if this is permanent. It could be an exclusive signing, or it could be one of these Jeff Cobb things where they show up for a little while and they leave. But either way, people are talking about, finally, The Revival versus the Young Bucks. If you're not familiar, which I wasn't because I don't really pay attention to the Young Bucks, you gotta do a little digging to a couple years ago where The Revival said they were the best tag team in the world, and the Young Bucks took offense to that. Now, if you're competing and you're an athlete, of course, you want to consider yourself to be the best. So I don't fault the Young Bucks on this one. However, those are two very different styles of wrestling, and I think it appeals to two very different types of wrestling fan. So I was thinking, if the Revival, or FTR as they're now known, if FTR is officially in AEW, they have a few tag teams to run through before they get to face the Young Bucks, if you will, because even though the Young Bucks aren't champs, they're still considered kind of the best tag team in AEW because, of course, they're the freaking guys who halfway started the whole thing. So it got me thinking. I'd hoped that the Revival or FTR would go to Ring of Honor or even Impact over AEW, because I feel like the quality of teams and the style of teams in AEW and versus Impact versus Ring of Honor is going to be very different. Let me explain. If we're talking about who FTR is going to face, I want to ask you AEW fans, the AEW fanboys who feel like AEW can do no wrong, and credit where credit is due, AEW has a crap ton of tag teams for them to face. However, imagine FTR in Ring of Honor. Imagine if they were facing the Briscoes. That, my friends, is a hell of a match. Hard-hitting, impactful, intense, big match. Not Superkick Fiesta, not a bunch of dives and spot fest. It's an actual freaking match. Dan Moff and Jeff Cobb in Ring of Honor versus the FTR versus the Revival? That's a hell of a match. Villain Enterprises, crazy amazing match. Jay Lethal and Jonathan Gresham, amazing match. I feel like Ring of Honor would have been the better choice for FTR than AEW. However, hold on. What about Impact? Impact Wrestling. Think about FTR versus these teams in Impact. You got OVE. Fantastic, hard-hitting match. Reno Scum, the Rascals, and of course you have the Impact Tag Team Champions, the North. Those guys are amazing, and FTR would have had a hell of a match with them. But they're, at least as far as we know for the next few weeks, signed to AEW. And like I said before, AEW has a crap ton of tag teams. But let me ask you this. Are you actually excited about AEW facing any of the teams that I'm about to name? Let's keep it real for a second. Private Party? FTR versus Private Party? Is anybody dying to see that? Butcher and the Blade, well, they just beat the stuffing out of those guys in their debut. So next, SCU. Fantastic team that is horribly booked, so I don't know how that would go, but I'm sure it'd be an entertaining match. You got Jurassic Express. Okay, kinda, yeah, maybe. And then, of course, you have the Super Kick Party, the Young Bucks, which everybody's dying to see, which I don't even know how they would book this thing. The Best Friends? The Dark Order? Lucha Brothers? I mean, Lucha Brothers might be pretty cool, but I don't feel like FTR is going to get the best matches in AEW, they're at least at the same quality of matches in AEW as they would in Ring of Honor or in Impact. I don't feel like the tag teams in AEW are properly pushed or properly booked because everyone's losing. I mean, look at their tag team champions. It's Hangman Adam Page, who barely even shows up to work anymore, and Kenny freaking Omega. When's the last time they had a tag team match? When's the last time they faced a tag team? When's the last time anybody talked about or focused on tag teams? It's been a while. Natural Classics? Yeah, Natural Classics. That would be a good match for FTR. But here's the thing. If they're going to run through the tag teams in AEW to make it to the Young Bucks, well, shouldn't the Young Bucks then be on top of the mountain? Shouldn't the Young Bucks be champion? So what is the plan here? What is the schedule? Are the Kenny Omega and Hangman Page going to explode like the Mega Powers, and then the Young Bucks will win the title and somebody's going to turn heel? I don't freaking know. All I do know that if we're excited about FTR and AEW, get ready to see them versus Private Party, which should be a squash match. Them versus Best Friends, squash. Dark Order, squash. Lucha Bros, I don't know. probably kind of a squash, but that's nothing. And I say nothing compared to Villain Enterprises or Dan Moff and Jeff Cobb or the freaking Briscoes. That's nothing compared to OVE or the Rascals or the North. I think FTR made a mistake, but I want to know what you think, so let me know in the comments. Did FTR make the best choice by going to AEW? I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about legacy and quality of matches. Sure, they'll beat the Young Bucks. They damn well better. But is that worth passing up all these other tag teams that I think are even better? Hit me up in the comments. Send me a message on social media. You can find me at AKA The Jag, and you can also follow the show at MakeMeAFan316. I want to hear what you think. Hit a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'm fine either way. Just give me an idea of what you want to do, and don't forget to freaking subscribe. I will see you next time. Take care.